Hi, I'm Chef de Cuisine John Roth here at Bistro Bizaare upstairs. Today we'll be preparing braised short ribs. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Let's get started. First things first, we're going to turn on our saute pan and we're going to turn on our braising pan. I'm going to add beef stock to that. You want to get your beef stock hot, so once that comes to a rolling boil and your pan's nice and hot, we'll be all set over here. Now, first things first, we're going to want to heavily season the meat with salt. Always use freshly ground white pepper. Makes everything so much better. Another heavy coating of salt on both sides. I'm going to coat them with a little bit of oil here. Now I'll just smear this oil in a little bit. Let's see how hot this is. Oh, very nice. And dunk your short rib in there. Over here, put your other one in there. And let those sear for a couple minutes on each side. Now, the reason that we're going to do this is just to basically get a nice crust on them. By heavily salting, it'll give it a nice encrusted look once they come out of the liquid. It's just going to turn out beautiful, the most juicy, tender piece of meat you've ever had in your life. And there we go. As you can see, you have nice encrusted layers of salt going all the way through it. It's a beautiful thing. It'll give it kind of a crispy outer layer. Now, once you flip them, you don't want to cook it too terribly long at all. We'll grab our red wine over here. It's nice and hot. We will strain off the grease first. Any excess grease you just want to pour off, so that way your stock's not going to be too greasy. Now, if you're at home, you probably only want to use about half a cup of wine, because you don't want it to intake any of the flavors of the red wine at all. Now that we have both sides of these seared off beautifully, we're going to go ahead and add them into our liquid. You want to make sure to submerge your short ribs in liquid. First things first, we're going to take a layer of cheesecloth. This will prevent you from making a big giant mess and having to pick out little pieces of carrot, celery, and onion. Your mirepoix is your basic mix, 50% onion, 25% celery, and 25% carrots. Go ahead and do that. And then you just fold corner to corner. Make yourself a little package. And once it gets down in there a little bit, you're all set. For that, we're going to cover it. You want to get a good seal when you're covering this. You don't want your liquid to evaporate very much at all. So the way I've learned to do it is just take a towel and cinch the edges up around the pan. This way you won't burn yourself, and you get a very, very nice seal. Now, short ribs take about 3.5 to 4 hours to braise, 350 degrees in a conventional oven. So we'll go ahead and throw these in now. And voila! You can tell that there's a very good seal on this. It hasn't let any air out, all the steam's just coming up. And let's see how we did. Very careful in wrapping this because it is very hot and there is a lot of steam. Now we're going to go ahead and pull our little cheesecloth package to the side over here. Grab a plate. Oh yeah, look at that. Now the best way to tell if these are done is just to use a spoon, and if they just rip right apart. And this is how we prepared our braised short ribs here at Bistro at Bizaare. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.